is part 2, guys, of my DVD collection. This will probably take 20 years of my life by the time I'm finished, but anyway, here we go. Right, first one, 22 Jump Street. Far better than the first one. I like the first one, but I just really like this more. There's a lot more jokes. Jonah Hill gets to do a lot more in this, and it makes me not hate Channing Tatum. So there we go. Lee Evans, Monsters. This is his last tour. Well, so he says, and I got to see him in Belfast in one of his last shows, so I was proud of that. Proud that I got to see him. Very funny man. Survivor Series 2002, another wrestling DVD. In my opinion, one of the best Survivor Series. Madison Square Garden, you have the first Elimination Chamber match. Always been a fan of this here. Great show. WWE DVDs, you don't really need them anymore because of the WWE Network, which you can get for just $9.99 a month. Thanks, WWE. Next we'll have the Friday the 13th remake. I like it. A lot of people don't. I thought it was interesting what they did with it, and I thought Derek Mears, the guy that they got to play Jason, I thought he was very menacing. He's massive, really big guy, and I thought that his interpretation of Jason was brilliant. I thought the kills were very good in this as well, so I like it as well. One of the best comedies of 2012. Yes, 2012. I can't wait for the sequel. Ted, Mark Wahlberg, and the voice of Seth MacFarlane. What more could you want? Hilarious. Now this, I might have to do a review itself for this because, in my opinion, it's hugely underrated and not many people I feel have seen it. It's Sylvester Stallone in Lock Up. It's a late 80s film. It's basically Stallone is this prisoner, and he's a really good guy, and he gets sent to this absolute shithole of a prison run by Donald Sutherland. As I said, I'll do a review of this at some point. Check it out though. Cyber Sunday 2007. Don't remember much about it. I'll watch it sometime. Now we have the infamous Jaws sequels. Jaws 2, Jaws 3D, and Jaws the Revenge. Jaws 2 is a very decent sequel. I feel there's still some shock value in it. It's a decent story, I feel. Jaws 3D is just funny for the sake of being funny, and Jaws the Revenge, I don't know how they even got Michael Caine to do it. I really don't know. It's just don't bother watching. It's a waste of time. Although if you have some friends around, some beers, you fancy getting drunk and watching a stupid film, Jaws the Revenge. Now, Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. Went to see this in cinemas. Thought it was great. What really intrigued me was the trailers. The trailers just looked awesome for some reason, but I get why people don't like it. I'll always like it because I saw it in cinemas, but I can see why people don't. Junior, what are you doing? You have to get yourself safe. That was a terrible Sean Connery impression. I'm sorry. Indiana Jones, The Lost Crusade, Harrison Ford, Sean Connery, great combination. Sean Connery's great in this. The one that started it all, Raiders of the Lost Ark, one of the best adventure films ever made. Like the scene at the end where the opening the ark and the guy's faces start melting and all, fucking amazing special effects. Love this here. I don't have the Temple of Doom yet, but at some point I'm just going to get the box set, so I'll have all 4 of them on Blu-ray. The next one I have here is a British show which people liked when it first started, and I feel its popularity faded out a bit, I think. But Lee Nelson's well good show. It's basically Lee Nelson. What's his real name? I can't remember what his real name is, but he's playing this character Lee Nelson. He's like a typical chav and all. I always thought it was funny. I always enjoyed the show anyway. Big Mama Size 2 for some reason I have that. Don't know why. Halloween 4, in my opinion, apart from Halloween 2, it's the only worthwhile sequel to Halloween. Halloween 5 was horrible. Halloween 6 just cheesy. Um, Halloween H2O I actually like. I think it is very good. Halloween Resurrection, Michael Myers gets beat up by Busta Rhymes. Yeah, but Halloween 4, it came out in 1988, so it was 10 years after the original, and I think, yeah, it's the only worthwhile sequel. It's very enjoyable. Another great British sitcom, Gavin and Stacey Series 2. Um, James Corden is my hero, and I'm glad to see he's doing really well for himself with the Late Late Show, I think. Yeah, the Late Late Show in America. I'm glad to see he's doing well for himself. Chris Rock, Never Scared. Love Chris Rock. Really do. I think he's a brilliant comic. Always makes me laugh. Oh dear. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Oh, I'm sorry. We'll have Pierce Brosnan, Die Another Day, 007. 007. This basically killed the franchise for 4 years. There's parts of this I like. I mean, Halle Berry, she's great to look at. Pierce Brosnan is one of the better Bonds. He's one of my favourite Bonds, to be fair. And yeah, but it is cheesy as here at some points. But I still like it, to be honest. The Amazing Spider-Man. I talked about this in the previous collection video. Not a big fan of it. John Bishop live, great Liverpudlian comedian. Would love to go and see him sometime. Whenever he comes to Belfast on tour, very funny guy. The only season that I have of the show, season 5 of the A-Team. This was the one with Frankie Santana in it, and Stockwell, played by Robert Vaughn. This is my favourite season of it because it sort of mixed the theme song up a bit, and the episodes are really, really good, and the opening, it's like a 3-part opener. Really awesome, really like it. 2.5 Men season 1. Oh dear. Already talked about it in the previous collection video. Charlie Sheen, love him. ECW One Night Stand 2005. Again, talked about ECW the last time. I really miss ECW, to be honest, especially with the way the wrestling product is nowadays. Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. I like it. A lot of people don't. Yeah, it's a bit over exaggerated. It's over long. It's over 3 hours long, which a Disney movie doesn't need to be, really. X-Men: The Last Stand. This is kind of a knockoff version of it, but it's okay at points. I don't like it though, you know. Greg Davies live. If you don't know Greg Davies as a comedian, he plays Mr. Gilbert in the Inbetweeners. He's sort of like deputy headmaster. He's just played also in it. He's brilliant. He's a brilliant stand-up as well. You really should watch it. Take care now. Bye bye then. It's Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. This and the original, I think, are some of Jim Carrey's best work. He's just fucking hilarious in these movies. There's so many quotable lines like, "How you doing? Nice to see you. Bumblebee tuna. Bumblebee tuna. Go on, hobos." Yeah. Love Ace Ventura. We'll have The Simpsons season 6. Talked about The Simpsons last time as well. The old episodes are the best. The new episodes are complete shit. I don't like them anymore. Plus, Harry Shearer is leaving the show, who voices half the characters. He voices like Mr. Burns and Ned Flanders. I think he does Ned Flanders as well. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work out though. I just show Big Mama, but I've got a 4-pack. It's Big Mama's House, Big Mama's House 2, and Doctor Dolittle, Doctor Dolittle 2. Doctor Dolittle, I love. I think it's brilliant. Eddie Murphy is 100% in it. But Big Mama's House, the first one I do like. I like Martin Lawrence and I like Paul Giamatti in it. You know, yeah, it was good to get a 4-pack to be honest. But yeah, that's all I can say about it really. We have Red Dragon, which is basically the alternative version to Manhunter, which came out before Silence of the Lambs. It's essentially the same story as Manhunter, and it's more based on the novel because the novel by Thomas Harris was called Red Dragon. Once again, you have Anthony Hopkins playing Hannibal Lecter, and you have Edward Norton as Will Graham, and Ralph Fiennes as Francis Dollarhide, the Tooth Fairy. Out of the sort of unofficial trilogy, Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal, and this here, it's the weakest, but I still really like it. Stone Cold Truth. I actually got this free from Extravision. It's like the Irish version of Blockbuster, to be honest. Yeah, I got this free. It's really cool. It's like a documentary about him. And it's him and his family talking about his greatest accomplishments in the WWF, the WWE, and everything. And some of his greatest matches are on here as well. Stone Cold Truth. It's very cool. Vacancy, very underrated horror movie. Kate Beckinsale, Luke Wilson check into this motel for the night, and the manager and some others, they're up to some bad business. That's all I'll say. It's very cool though, Vacancy. Michael Douglas, Falling Down. I will have a breakdown someday like he has had, where he's sitting in his car in the boiling heat. Well, then again, this is Northern Ireland. We don't get heat that much. But I'll be sitting in a traffic jam from here to Belfast. Everything will just be going horrible. They'll be playing a shit song on the radio, and I'll just crack. I'm going a rampage in Belfast. Anyway, Falling Down, great movie. Alan Carr, Spexy Beast, love Alan Carr as well. The best Pierce Brosnan Bond, GoldenEye, with Famke Janssen as Zanya on the top. That's some good shit right there. But GoldenEye is awesome, and of course you have the legend that is Sean Bean, Ned Stark, as 006 in this. Alec Trevelyan, I think. Yeah, great movie. And it's my third favourite Bond movie behind Casino Royale. Harry Hill's TV Burp, the first one. Talked about this in the other one. I miss Harry Hill's TV Burp. Always a really good show. This is Sparta! Jared Butler impression, 300. It makes you feel really unfit. I mean, I have a serious beer belly, and I have a lot of other thing belly. It just makes you really unfit. But a great comic book movie, great action movie. The Van, part of the Roddy Doyle trilogy. You have the Van, the Commitments, and then the Snapper. The Van's very fun. It's basically these guys taking a old rundown van and turning it into a chip van, which, like, obviously if you're not from Northern Ireland or the UK, you probably don't know what a chip van is. But yeah, they're turning it out there on the trade, trying to make money. It's the time of the 1990 World Cup, I think. 1990 World Cup, yeah, I think so. Very funny wee comedy from the old country. Armageddon 2005. Go through these more quickly. Royal Rumble 2003. Scott Steiner, Triple H, great match. A couple of botches though. Hellboy, great comic book movie as well. Transporter 2. Don't have the other two for some reason. I've always liked Transporter. Jason Statham's badass. Ooh, somebody stop me! The Mask, Jim Carrey, like Ace Ventura, one of his breakout roles. Cameron Diaz's first movie, I think it was. She looked hot in it, brilliant. The Mask, again, so many quotes in this one. I won't say them all because I've embarrassed myself enough. But yeah, The Mask. Right, this last pile here. I hope this doesn't fall on me. I'll be back. Fuck you, asshole. Terminator, 80s classic. Arnie is a robot sent back in time to kill Linda Hamilton. Um, Great action movie, Jim Cameron. But the first one is brilliant, but not as good as T2, Judgment Day. Probably the best action movie from the 90s. I would even put this above Point Break, and you know how much I love Point Break. The special effects in this, they are now 24 years old, and yet still better than some of the shit we're getting nowadays. The T-1000, played by Robert Patrick, one of the best villains I think there's ever been in an action movie, and like a villain where looking at him you wouldn't think it, but he can convincingly beat the shit out of Arnie in this. Awesome. Plus, Guns N' Roses did the theme song. What more could you want? Jaws. A film that makes you not want to even take a bath, because for fear of the shark coming through the plug hole and attacking you. Classic, absolute classic. Going to have to get this on Blu-ray. Really am. Russell Howard, Wonderbox. That's his latest tour. Went to see Russell as well last year, early 2014. I think it was April or something. Went to see him in the Odyssey. He was great as well. You know, it's great seeing comedians when when they show you that they're even better than they think they are live. Because sometimes you see them on TV, you're thinking, oh, they'll never be that good live. Proved wrong twice. Brilliant. Great wee British movie here. Full Monty. These 5 guys decide to make a bit of money. They're going to become Chippendale dancers. Great. This is one of those wee movies, British movies, that you put in and just puts a smile on your face. It's great. Really tense movie now. Colin Farrell, Kiefer Sutherland, Forrest Whitaker, phone booth. The whole movie, I'm telling you now, the whole movie, apart from maybe 5 minutes or so, is set in this phone booth with Colin Farrell on the end being tormented by Kiefer Sutherland. It's very intense, very gritty, and it could happen. That's the main thing about this. It's very realistic. It could happen, especially nowadays with the technology we have and everything. Doctor Who collection now. The season 4 finale, Turn Left, The Stolen Earth, and Journey's End. The return of Davros and the return of Rose Taylor and everything. I'll get more into Doctor Who some other time, not right now though. Probably apart from Army of Ghosts and Doomsday and the revised series I'm talking about, and Doomsday and Series 2, probably my favourite series finale. Actually, close second favourite would be this. Utopia, The Sound of Drums, Last of the Time Lords, Return of the Master, Return of Captain Jack, and the Doctor Who, great as well. Underrated episodes, Human Nature and the Family of Blood, where the Doctor turns human to hide from the Family of Blood. Great 2-parter, very emotional as well, hit you hard. And Blink, the introduction of the Weeping Angels, sorry, I can almost speak. And then you have Daleks in Manhattan, Evolution of the Daleks, The Lazarus Experiment, and 42. I don't have Season 3 Volume 1, but it's on Netflix now, you don't really need those anymore. Family Guy, Season 11, love Family Guy. Smokey and the Bandit, the first one. I've been watching this since I was a young kid. Burt Reynolds was always brilliant in this. Jackie Gleason, Sheriff Buford T. Justice. You possums picker! I'm gonna barbecue your ass in molasses! Oh my god, it's a great comedy movie, great action movie. It's not really an action movie in the conventional sense, but there's a lot of car stunts in it. I always wanted a Trans Am. I think this I still do. I said do. Still do want one. Lee Evans, Live at the West End. Already talked about Lee Evans at length. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Best of the prequel trilogy. That's not saying a lot, but the transformation from Anakin into Darth Vader, it's everything I think we all wanted it to be. Can't wait for episode 7 in December. I'll be queuing up to see that. Definitely will. Top Gun. If you feel the need for speed, stick this in. Tom Cruise, Kelly McGillis, and Mr. Strickland from Back to the Future's in this. Always loved it. Great 80s movie, quintessential. My name is Morgan Freeman. Annie Dufresne is my best friend. I've got the Blu-ray of this now, so I kind of don't really need this anymore, but I might keep it for the features. There's two disc special features on it, so I may as well keep it as a collector's item, but the Blu-ray looks phenomenal. It was never about the money, man. It was about us against the system, about showing that the human spirit is still alive, while everyone else winters down the freeway in their metal coffins. We show them that the human spirit is still alive. Point Break, got this on Blu-ray as well. Don't need this anymore. The DVD back cover's a bit awesome, but with the Blu-ray, phenomenal on Blu-ray. Doctor Who season 1 finale, Boomtown Beowulf, Part of the Ways. Christopher Eccleston, very underrated as the Doctor in my opinion. He should have been given at least another series, but I don't like how he doesn't like to be associated with the show anymore. I think that just shows, the fact that Colin Baker, who played the 6th Doctor, the fact that he can come back and contribute to the anniversary celebrations, because he got a rougher time of it, in my opinion. The fact that he could do that and Christopher Eccleston couldn't, it doesn't give me that much respect for him, to be honest. Although he is a brilliant actor, Christopher Eccleston. Simpsons movie. I don't know how many times I've seen this. I saw it the first week I was out in the cinemas, 2007. It's 8 years old, which if you can believe it, I think it's high time for a sequel. I know basically every line to this, I've seen it that much. It never gets old. For a movie for The Simpsons, I think they did it justice, did a very good job. My favourite action movie of all time. Even better than Point Break. I'm contradicting myself every time I say that, but Die Hard, Bruce Willis, Alan Rickman, high-rise building, Reginald Bell Johnson. Die Hard 2, Die Harder, brilliant sequel. A lot of people don't talk about this, they always just go straight to Die Hard with a vengeance. I love Die Hard 2, Carl Stewart was a good villain. He was anything but a villain in this. Very cool setting, very cool premise for the story as well. The Dark Knight was on my top 10, love it. Heath Ledger, rest in peace, love him. Season 1 of CSI New York, my favourite CSI show. I like Miami as well, but this has always been my favourite. I've only got the first season though, it's pretty weird. Hatchet, complete throwback power movie to the 80s. The kills in this are so imaginative and great. They're just, they're so over the top, it's brilliant though. Ali J in the House, Sacha Baron Cohen doing his thing again. The Stickpa. Gavin Stacey Series 3. Backlash 2003. SummerSlam 2005. Just fell over. Epic movie. It's alright. Not really my favourite. Bad Grandpa. I actually enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I would because I love Jackass. I love the Bad Grandpa character. Johnny Knoxville is brilliant. Mrs. Doubtfire. This movie means a lot to me, especially now that Robin Williams is no longer with us. It helped me through a bad time in my life. I won't go into it here. If any of you that know me know what I'm talking about, especially the ending of this. Great comedy movie. God, I miss Robin Williams, I really do. I can't lie. Jim Carrey, Liar Liar, one of his best movies as well. Now this is a show from our own wee country. This Series 6 Part 1 and Series 6 Part 2 have got my headpiece. Great, it's a show that it takes both sides of the divide and it pokes fun at both of them, and when you can laugh at both of them, you know it's doing its job well. Brilliant sweet show. The Dukes of Hazzard movie. I've always loved this. Johnny Knoxville, Sean William Scott, and Jessica Simpson back when she was fucking unreal looking. Hot. That's hot. Mrs. Brown's Boys, the movie. It's, in a way, I think it's killed the show, I think, because there hasn't been any announcement of them doing Series 4 or anything. I saw it in the cinema, thought it was alright. It's not really that good, I'm going to be honest. the best horror movie ever made, John Carpenter's Halloween. Simple, low budget, but effective. Awesome. Well guys, this was slightly quicker than my last one because I realised I had to be quick and not spend as much time on everything. But I hope you enjoy this and come back to me for the next part 3. There's only about 2 more parts to go, so I'll try and do it as best I can. Anyway guys, press the like button, subscribe, comment, everything and anything down below. Love to hear what you guys think, and I'll see you soon. Bye.